The laundry pile keeps growing. Mom didn't magically appear this morning to wash the dishes you left from last week. Assignments keep coming and you didn't even finish the last one. Exams week is approaching and everything feels so overwhelming. You just want to go out for a few minutes and just breathe. You want to just lie in bed for the first time in so long and not think about the 100 things you have to do tomorrow when you wake up. But there's no time. All these situations teach you something. Today we're going to explore a few things that university really teaches you besides the actual subjects and topics for your degree. The real life skills that are going to be crucial in your future as an adult, like independence, self-awareness, time and financial management, figuring out what you're really good at and what you're really meant to do with your life, and many more. Because of course, you come out of university with a degree that's maybe gonna help you find a job, but that degree doesn't really say what you're capable of. And most of the times, it doesn't really state that you possess any practical skills whatsoever. So then why go for it in the first place? I would say it's for those life skills that little by little, with every exam, every assignment, every deadline, every moment of tension and frustration you get over, sculpt you into the organized, self-aware, successful, and worthy adult you probably want to become. So let's dive right into it and see what university really teaches you. The first thing is independence. And it's not just about learning how to cook, doing laundry, or buying toilet paper yourself, because if you're not restocking, no one's gonna do it for you. But it's about time management, prioritizing things, balancing your work, study, and social life, all while acing those exams and maintaining your mental health. Because this is the first time you're actually on your own. Self-awareness. After you move alone, you find yourself having much more time to be alone and think. And inevitably, those questions come to mind, like, what am I really doing here? Am I doing this now because I'm really good at it? Or am I doing it because it's now too late to quit? Do I actually like what I'm learning? And of course, sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes the answer is no, but most of the time, you don't really have an answer. And that's the point when you start finding out more about yourself. And self-awareness is really key. It's knowing yourself. It's knowing where your limits are so that you can work to extend them. It's understanding that your academic performances don't define you. It's knowing how you react when you're in the position to do something out of your comfort zone so that you can work to get better at whatever it is that you want to do. It's knowing how lazy or productive you are when it comes to certain topics so that you can motivate and push yourself to get things done even when you feel like procrastinating. Figuring out what you're really meant to do with your life. And this is a hard one. Not everyone is so lucky to know from the beginning what they want to do with their life. Some just know that they want to help people and they become doctors or therapists. Some are fascinated from their childhood with rapid changing technology and they go for computer science. Some are naturally born entrepreneurs. Others like nothing in particular or have their interests spread in way too many areas. Regardless of knowing what you like when you start your college journey in a specific subject, or not having the slightest clue what could suit you, university makes it easier for you. Either you start with something and you absolutely love it. You wake up every day to learn, to read, to find out more, and everything falls into place perfectly. Or you find out you hate it so much you never want to have anything to do with it ever again. And in that moment, you desperately start searching for answers. Should I quit? Should I keep working towards this original goal of mine just for the sake of having a diploma because it's now too late to quit? Is there something wrong with me? And if I changed the subject, would it be the same or would it be different? And when you experience those feelings, struggling with the possibility that you may look like a failure if you quit now, you start wanting to search for something else to hang on. And in that hectic search of yours, you eventually find what it is that makes you want to wake up every morning to work on, to learn more about, and what really makes you happy. You know that moment when you failed an exam you worked so hard for. You know you've done your absolute best. You sacrificed time out with your friends. You sacrificed sleep, health, and it was all in vain. All that time invested in nothing because you have to do it all over again. Or those last days, or that last night before the exam when you wish you would have done so much more, but you kept telling yourself, I still got time. So stupid. All those papers, books, and notes are now looking at you from different angles on the table while you're preparing for that coming exam, and you feel so overwhelmed.
How are you supposed to learn so damn much?
Is the question I ask myself every single time before an exam. Despite of all that, you have and you will survive 100% of your bad days, of those horrible days. And the next time it happens, you'll be stronger. You'll learn more. Maybe you'll make the same mistake again, but this time you will have learned just enough to pass that exam. And next time, well, that is up to you. Now you know what to expect from yourself. Time management. After a life period where time was something relative, where you somehow had time to study for school, be out with your friends, play an instrument, be in a sports team or work out, read, spend hours on social media and still have some time left for yourself, you finally understand that the key to being flexible and spontaneous is actually having an organized life with a good plan and schedule for everything. Making curiosity the priority. This is your time. This is your time to learn. This is your time to explore. And this is your time to make mistakes. A lot of them. Because if you don't do them now, you're eventually gonna do them in your work life. And I'm pretty sure you don't want this to happen. This is when you're allowed to make mistakes because there's no job hanging by a thread, there's no family to provide for, and there are almost no threats other than maybe failing an exam. It's the perfect chapter in your life where the main things you have to do is to discover your deepest interests, to connect with people that tick the same way you do, that show interest in what fascinates you, to research whatever you want because you have the time and the resources at your university. You are in charge of exploring your own interests. Becoming a university student should be all about exploring the world of that specific subject you enrolled for: history, computer science, maths, physics, med school, whatever it is. But even that specific subject has such a broad spectrum that it should be broken down into sections. And that's your job. Because one of those sections might be of interest to you, but no one can know what it really is. Not even you know before you start digging deeper into it. The university is there to guide you, to maybe point you in a certain direction. But from that point on, it's your job to explore more about it, to find out what really excites you. University is providing you with the resources for your own treasure hunt, where the prize is finding out what you would love to spend the rest of your life doing. It's presenting you with a wide range of opportunities from which you have to weigh your options and choose the best one for you. Because unis are not gonna pick and choose a field of interest for each and every student they have. And honestly, it's so much better this way. Mental health is something you don't really think about when starting uni. But during your college journey, it becomes such a precious thing that you need to take care of in order to survive university. At first you think, this is a thing that really sensitive people struggle with and it's not gonna be a problem for me. But honestly, once real life hits you, when parents are no longer there every step of the way, even casual things can become overwhelming. And that's okay. Seeking help is also very hard and makes you feel that vulnerability that you never wanted to feel, but it's the best thing to do. Talk to a therapist, talk to a parent or friend that understands what you're going through. It's honestly gonna make life so much less scary if you let it all out and talk openly about it. It's helped me so much, even though I never thought I'm gonna go through this, even though I never thought I will have to talk about it like it's an actual issue of mine. But trust me, it helps a lot to talk about it. And also, I'm here if you wanna talk about it. If you wanna leave something in the comments below that maybe people are gonna relate to, because I'm sure students go mostly through the same things when it comes to mental health. So don't be afraid to let it out. And why does this matter further in your work life? Of course, there are people for whom the strict university system does not work. There are some who are so better off without writing hundreds of essays or training their short-term memory for an exam just to be left with a degree but so little practical experience. Others love it very much. They meet a lot of new people, they make a lot of connections that are gonna help them in their future work life. But why do employers care so much about these degrees? Of course, this is a huge story to be thoroughly discussed, but in my opinion, it's for the employers to know that you can basically handle anything work throws at you. Because you have already trained your problem-solving brain, your critical thinking, and all those important skills you need in order to handle upcoming problems. And even if you lack the practical skills, your potential of learning them more easily is there because university trained you for this. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and maybe you can relate to some of the things I said, and if you do, please leave it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Oh, and I almost forgot. I want to send the biggest thank you and the biggest hugs to my friends Suzy, Alex, Anna, Theo, the other Theo, and Sergio for submitting their ideas for this video, because honestly, this video wouldn't have been the same without their experience shared, so that I can come up with more ideas that university actually teaches you. So thank you so much for this.